Are you wondering if you have the gift for animal communication, which is communicating with animals, all species, nature, using telepathy and intuition? Well, so often in the animal communication community, you'll hear many of us say to you, everyone can do it. You are all born with this gift. But today, what I'd like to do is really talk about what do we mean when we say that? Because recently, I've also had quite a few people messaging me saying, I've been trying to learn this animal communication, wanting to communicate with my own pets, helping other people with their animals. It seems to be a little bit hit and miss. Maybe I am the exception to the rule. And I don't want you to think you are the exception to the rule. However, I also want to explore what do we really mean when we say everyone can do it. So if you're new to me, I'm Joanne Yo, animal communicator, founder of Animal Communication Insights. I help pet parents to shift their perspective when it comes to understanding their animals, their pet companions, really learning about their thoughts and feelings. I also mentor animal communicators who want to offer their services out into the world. So let's go to what do we mean by gift? Well, a gift is something that we are naturally born with. Maybe we know about it, maybe we don't. What's important when it's in the context of animal communication is that we all can sense the energy around us. We can sense emotions. So what do I mean by that? You walk into a room and you sense the atmosphere. And you might say something like, gosh, feels like, whew, I've got the chills. It feels like there's been some negative energy in here or something bad happened in here. And yet, when you look around, your physical eye doesn't seem like anything has happened. In fact, you might even dismiss that feeling because the people who are in the room appear to be fine. Or you can get this sense that you want to contact your friend that you haven't heard from for ages. And so you message her. And next thing you know, she might come back and say to you, oh, I was just thinking about you. So there are unseen elements in our day-to-day living that there's a part of us that believe in it, but perhaps we haven't really explored it. And animal communication is very much akin to that, looking at your relationship with your own pet companions, your dogs, your cat, your horse, your rabbit, that you have a very, very strong bond with. We say things like, I can really feel that he wants this, or she doesn't seem to be well. I can't really see anything that's wrong with her. I even got it checked. I just know something isn't right with her. So these are our gifts. This is our ability, natural ability to tune in to energies around us, to the dimensions that we can't see. And in animal communication, that is really the exchange of information. That is the language in many ways that we can exchange information with our animals. So the gift is there. So we need to uncover that gift, and we may even need somebody to help us be aware we have that gift. Just like when I'm saying to you, have there been a time when you walked into a room and sensed something? And you might go, yeah, I do that quite often. But you may not recognize that as a natural gift. So in animal communication, we have that aspect which is natural. And we start by exploring that. We start to maybe have fun with almost like a guessing game. You know, you bring the animal to your mind and what do you sense? What are you getting? Almost like, what do you instantly get? What, even as crazy as it feels, what do you get? And you might say, oh, I just saw a flash of, you know, a picture of some saucepans and I don't really know what it means, but I'm sure I saw it. Or you might get, oh, I think I got a name. The name is Bert, is you know, and then you check it out and maybe the owner of that dog will say to you, gosh, how did you know my dog's name is Bert? So we've had perhaps these experiences that makes us go, there's something there that, you know, hooks us. So I want you to know that there are three aspects to communicating with animals. The first one, which is the most important, is this gift that we're talking about, whereby you start to become more and more aware that you're getting these sensations, these feelings, these visuals that come into your mind, maybe when you're not thinking about it or when you're not expecting it. And that is so important to explore. And it is also a gift that you can develop to be more open to it. So again, if you weren't aware that that is a gift that you have, you may not be recognizing it. So we kind of use the analogy, for example, if you're thinking about buying a car and you really want the car to be of a certain type and a certain color, suddenly you recognize or you start seeing cars of that color and of that make. So the same with our gift, which is our ability to access telepathy, our ability to be intuitive, our ability to sense energy and receive information through this unseen channel. Once you start to really recognize that and becoming more open to it, and there are exercises that you can do to develop that, it then allows you to move your gift or to progress your gift into the next element of animal communication. So if you look at the terminology animal communication, communication plays a big part in animal communication. Now, this is my belief now. It's taken me many years. I thought animal communication as a whole was something that we're all gifted and we can do naturally. What I've learned, and I'm going to kind of pull it apart a little bit, is, like I say, the telepathy, the energy, the intuitive, and also let me bring in the psychic ability to connect with animals. That's the natural gift. Then what we need to do is bring in the communication element. And this is where it becomes exciting, because we want to ask animals questions. We want to ask them so that they can tell us how they're feeling, what they're thinking, what's wrong, especially when we worry about them. So the skill is in how to ask the questions in a way that the animals find able to answer. And that is a skill. To me, that is not a natural ability. And therefore, when we start out learning animal communication, it does feel fun and exciting. And, we really get into the, oh, I'm sure when I connected with this animal, he showed me, the woods and there's some water. And then I find out that he loves swimming. All of that is fun and it's natural. Those information just comes to you. Then when we want to be more specific with what we want to talk to the animal about, particularly our own animals, our own pets, because often we want to know, are they happy? Is there anything else they want to do? Do they enjoy their activities? How do they feel when we have to move house? What happens if I want to bring another animal companion into our family? So now the questions become more specific, and there's the skill. There's the skill to learn how to ask it in a way that the animal, number one, understands, and number two, how to receive back the answer. That's the skill element. So when you hear animal communicators and myself say everyone can do it, I actually now want to add in an element that says not the communication skills. And I say that because I was one of them. Okay, I was not gifted with the ability to communicate effectively. In fact, communication was a very, very poor part of my ability. And so what I did, because of animal communication, I started to develop my communication skills. I learned how to improve my communication skills specifically to use in animal communication. So if what I'm saying is drawing your attention and you have found experiences similar to what I'm describing, where you get the intuitive information, you get connections with animals without asking for it, but you don't seem to be able to progress when it comes to asking questions for a specific reason, perhaps more to do with problem solving or trying to help a stressed animal, then I want you to think about what I'm saying, that communication is not a gift. The ability to communicate well is not a gift. It really is a skill we need to learn and cultivate. And that is what I'm teaching right now. So somewhere along this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some links that you can come and learn from me. Okay, so if you want to improve, hone in, and develop your questioning skills, then get in touch. Okay.